settle our car a little bit here, there. And yeah, after a few fiascos before, finally went live again. I will try to proceed further and we'll continue building what's left of the Gyan Krieger premium bandai line for premium people, kind of. What do we have? We have progressed a little bit, quite a chunk, a bit forward. Further, we have a body. We have a body, guys. We have a leg, one of the leg, and one leg that started to build off, and haven't finished yet. My chair quicken, and time is ticking. Alright, so we are building apparently left leg. Apparently our left leg. And we finished hip, more or less. Some clean up left and some panel lining. Panel lines will be added shortly after complete build. And we now proceed to next step. And next step will be, should point here, one of the purple armor pieces. Squeaking! Don't mind that. We're taking a C211. Like that. Like that. And precision isn't important at this part. And we don't want to miss any parts. Like this piece of armor, which covers thrusters from I don't know, just protects thrusters from something above. We need a thruster, of course. I need the 2, 3. As well as not necessary now. Drop it here. B2 not later. I'll be using these later. Just here we go. Here we go. We have it. We have a thruster, and this will be a smaller one. This one. Oops. This. Another thruster, which is dropped here. And for now, we just clean parts. We're going to shave away, slicing little by little. Noops. Axis. Noops. Nope. I know. Here we go. Almost invisible. Almost invisible. We are doing this here too as well. And removing this. Slightly visible. Almost perfect. And here, since this part will be covered, we're just shaving a little bit more to not damage actual joint, and that's not necessary to be very precise. We are removing here a little bit here. Telling you, almost perfect. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. No sanding needed. If you are not so picky. Cleaning. Thrusters are so tiny for my fingers. But those are not so horrible like those ones which goes on the shoulder sides. Those are super tiny. Yet people somehow manage to clean them off perfectly. I'll probably use some stick soon. Almost perfect. Almost. thrusters don't have any color inside it. I think I will probably add some red later inside to be more source accurate. Yeah, removing everything which is white and visible, though it's barely will be visible represented on the left because we're inside the part and almost cover it. I hit again. I almost covered with a piece of armor, but still, as long as I know it is there, I might be a little bit concerned. So we have this part and we add in the thruster here, and we taking this protector like that. Isn't simple, and then we proceed to another page, which is means I have to be very careful. Remove this. Okay. Don't hit everything. I will place you here, big boy. Yes, we have completed the hip. Upper part of the leg. We adding the part here, strictly like it's shown on the manual, like that. No mistakes. And we going for another part, which is most likely these parts. Exactly these parts. And of course, don't forget your polycap. You forget your polycaps, things might go a little bit ugly later. Of course, cut here, cut here. Clean a little bit here as well. Polycap, polycap, where have you been? I was busy visiting Queen. Nonsense, bullshit. Alright. So we have it, and we need more armor pieces, which we found here. The lower parts of the legs quite simple yet functional because they have these thrusters with these flops and double jointed knee, which is really good for a high grade. But we get even better. It will get even better. Promise you that. Keep hitting my smartphone, that's right. Be shaving off slightly here and here. Over the edge, smooth. Not difficult. And removing here. After that I'll show you another seam line spot, which would be a preferable not included in this model, but still is there, although it's not so horrible. Not necessarily to be removed unless you want to paint your model completely, which I'm not planning to do because the plastic color is quite pleasable to me. It is a pleasable as well, probably. Alright, so we're adding this here and we smacking these parts as tight as possible. Nothing to worry about. This one is usually always go so tight and resist a little. So thing is, we have a situation with seamline here, over here. It's not so bad, it's not super visible. And there is another one seamline which surprisingly isn't visible at all. It is here, this one. Those two parts are collided between each other, and here you can say it's still visible a very thin gap between this one corner and here. Surprisingly, nicely done. I have no idea why, how, and I do these things, but yeah, it's almost perfect. You don't have to do anything. We proceeding to our knee armor and last part on the C2 plate. Remove this, and we don't need this one anymore. But we like to do screeching, probably not. Alright, so shaving a little bit by little bit, like that. Almost perfect. So now this one, and voila, we have it. And this one goes accordingly to here, which is very nicely done. And since there was a seamline behind the part, and now the knee armor completely covered, and yeah, the leg almost has no seam lines. Those parts are not do not count, because those are parts like initial engineering plan detail, which is probably a thing in Gundam universe, and I think it should be like that. You don't have to remove everything entirely just because you can. I'm not talking about the ugly parts on older high grades where seam lines are visible, super visible, and obviously must be removed. And I'm talking about, for example, a Zaku line, the older, probably newest one as well, high mobility Zakus, as well have this ugly problem. Seam line goes over the wall shoulder, and boy oh boy, it looks ugly. Do I have any Zaku with me? No. Probably not the one I'm talking about. Oh, so we're adding this piece, this round piece of armor here. Here we go. Almost completed leg. Yeah. It's the beauty of architecture. It has a double jointed action knee, which a little bit somehow stucks somewhere in the middle, but it's not bothers me at all. Which bothers me is this little tiny piece of trash in between. Yeah, small movement here and here. Thruster almost invisible, but easily detachable. And we're proceeding for a feet. Feet fetishist? Anyone? No? That's wait, and feet. Yeah, of course. The manuals 2-in-1. The feet must be done in the 2 steps, in 1 step as a 2 items, because feet are identical, which we will fix soon. Shortly. We need to remove this and this. We have the part. This one. This one. Feet. And we need this one as well, because it's a part of the feet. Don't throw away anything, because the thruster is still here. Which sometimes happens to me. I have to be honest. I'm sometimes, me myself, missing something from my side and throwing away with wall 3, and then later coming back to my trash bag looking for the part I threw away, which is, you know, kind of unpleasant thing to do, but when you find what you're looking for, it's all fine. Unless you throw away somewhere outside the house and trashes was picked up. Oh, goodbye, my part. As I mentioned before in previous videos, the pearly caps are easily replaceable because there are distinctive. Even I think there is no any pearly caps unique in the forms and sizes. Just polycap. I have a wall, 2 containers full of polycaps, various sizes. Not the kind of man who throw away his own polycaps, you know how they say. You never know when you need them. And polycaps, those are. We're proceeding step by step. It's fine. It's totally fine. We take care of the edges, even them a little. Here we go. Nice and smooth. Oh, this wasn't necessary. And here we are removing the same way we did before. Shaving and slicing little by little. No rush at all. Yeah, since we do not plan on painting this model, we don't need to take care of the nude marks very seriously, but at least as a close to the perfect, to a perfection. It won't be perfect, I'm telling y'all. I'm just a regular builder, nothing special about me. If I can do something like this and you find it interesting or cool, it means only you can do this the same way, even better, with time given. Alright, so we let our sanding stick take care of some unpleasant marks left after cutting off knob here and there. Rough side. Oh, I used second. First step first. Alright. Here as well. Then we're using a second step. 4 steps sandpaper stick, if you prefer like that. And I will avoid the 4th step. I don't wanna, it looks like gloss and shiny. And look, it's nice and smooth and also matte. Here we go, clean, almost perfect, almost. If you take a look here, you still see our whitening spots, no parts. It can be removed, but since it's so tiny and small, I don't see a problem with that. But all stays inside. The surface is smooth, and flat. Oh my god. I don't have a pencil, so I can't precisely add the polycaps in my huge fingers, which are huge. Don't forget your polycaps, by the way, because the attached such part will be a hassle. We have a fit. Little bit function here. It bends a bit, which is good because it's a high grade. And we do attach it to the leg. Soft and nice. And we have completed another leg. Bravo! Bravo for me. Let's take it a little bit. And we proceed further. Since we did a great job and in 20 minutes we can do second step. It will be waste. And waste, I imagine, won't take a lot of time. First off, we do our ass thrusters, butt thrusters. And which one you prefer more is not my concern. We need the part D1. D1 tree, where are you? Here it is, here it is, we have it. Alright, so basically it is what it is. We remove that, we have it. No noobs necessary to remove. We need actually one thruster is different from the others, or they are just the same. Those both are number 10 and this one is number 17. Let's proceed with instructions so we won't be scratching our heads later in confusion, saying, oh my god, what have I done? Why it's not fixed? Why it's not fits in the place it should be fitting? Why it's fell off? Where is it? I can't find my thruster. Why you find your thruster? Probably lost it. The problem is high grades not always are perfect fitting and engineering of the parts, and sometimes when you feel parts aren't, this one is nicely fit, aren't strong enough to keep it in the place, you should probably consider to glue it. Believe me, you will thank me later, because if you glue your part, you definitely find it in the place you left it. The older models from early 2000, the 1/100 scale, like I have a Gyan which I built recently, had this problem. The thrusters were very loose and very tiny. You could have lost them in a blink of an eye. And of course you can replace it with various different thrusters from different models, but if you will be able to find it, anything to replace in the first place, which not always works. Why? Because it's not how life works, kids. Some lightning still visible, but it's just trust him. I will be not posing Gyan with his ass exposed freely, but I will probably paint thrusters inside in red color a little bit, not completely wall, add some additional color. Okay, so removing here. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Me like. No, I probably don't see it. How it works? How it works? It works perfectly. Such a silent and calm evening we have here, isn't? We have a butt thrusters ready. Nothing special, really, just a thrusters, just one color, and we have a two-part inner frame for a rear skirt, back skirt, and armor plate for that inner frame. So first off, we need D119, and this one is a big one, which is good, which I prefer to be had. Yeah, that happens a lot. And we now see 117. Don't throw away your parts. We still have some parts on the plate. And final thing, we have a original Gyan inner frame armor for back skirt. This one, and it is different. It is different. Shape and size is different, so you won't be able to use it unless you are smart enough, not like me, and create some custom parts. I keep hitting my smartphone. It's alright, it's okay. I still can keep going. My battery is still up to strong. Let's clean some parts first. I don't know if I will be able to finish a backpack today. Maybe. Shouldn't be too difficult or too long. That's a shame. It's nice to see inner frame for high grade. Older models doesn't have these parts. We can't touch them already. Here we go. Nice and tight. Oh, a lot of place to our panel line, which we do later when we finish the whole model completely. Almost perfect. Almost. Some parts won't be visible, but still, more you practice, more you're getting better in control of flow of the knife. There we go, nice part. And we have it. Back skirt is ready. Looks like a shield, though it's not a shield. We have it. Let's proceed further. And we have B1. Where are my B1 parts? Here they are. B1, where are you? Do you really need B1? No, I need B125 advanced. Of course, those parts belong to original Gyan. Original Gyan. We cut nicely within one dimension here and here. We have it, and we have 25th number. 25. Oopsie daisy. Here we go. Wasn't so difficult, isn't it? The new high grades aren't all that so bad. Most of them have a decent regulation and more or less good. I'm not talking about every. At least color separation. Because for this one, I think it's close to a perfect. Gyan Krieger is close to a perfect color separation. Alright, so we have this one and we need to touch like that. Here we go. Here we go. Interesting. I never saw this type of mechanical design for a waist joint. Focus please. Here we go. See? I just removed it. I hope it didn't broke it. Yeah, no. Here we go. Interesting design. Interesting. We are attaching this to here. Oh, it's on a hinge. You can raise up like that. Huh. Neat. Polycaps. Don't forget your polycaps, kids. Every morning before breakfast and before bed. One polycaps must be in order. Here we go. We're having a lot of fun because it's unique, interesting build. I see a lot of new architecture on this part, so it is interesting, exciting. All right, there you go. Cut here, cut here. And adjust. All right, well, just also. Short one goes here in the rear. Like that, like that. It's not very... Or not. No, short one goes in front. Longer goes in the rear. Well, that's quite an easy, simple. Ooh, cut here, guys. Don't forget. If you wanted the front skirt armor to be separated, you have to cut it there. But indication says so. My directions wasn't necessary at all. We need this one. Oh, no. Front skirt. Yeah, do the same thing as usual. Slightly shaving everything off. Like that. Almost, almost. And here as well. Almost perfect. Almost. Not completely though. All right. And we're cutting over the part. Look at that. Here we go. We have it. Oh, what have you done? You probably will destroy your part. And no, I won't. It was intentional. Intentionally part of the design. We need a C16. Almost no parts left on this tree. How fast children do grow. How fast. How quickly. Oh my god. I scratched the first surface a little. Is it visible? It probably won't be visible when I attach parts. So there's not much writing about it, right? Alright, so we're adding the front skirts. Like that. Wait. Should remove these excesses just in case. And that and that one. Almost removed. And attaching this one here. Nice and tight. Nothing will fell off. Nothing will fall. Let's take a look. Like that. We can raise that like this. A very wide range of movement just for a waist. Don't forget that hinge is not very stable, not very tight. It is there, but you are risking to removing. Rear skirt with upper joint. And we are adding now side skirts, which aren't very difficult to build at all. This one here, and here. Almost nothing left on this plate, so I just remove the hand guard and release the plate for trushing it back. There we go. Here we go, people. And we will need a polycaps, which are, yeah, it's perfect, which we'll attach in a moment. Here we go. Almost perfect. Okay. I see no problem here, no problem here. Okay, here we go. Where all our polycap is. Only 3 polycaps left, actually, one for neck, which one probably spare one from Gyan, original Gyan, and 2 for our side skirts, which will be soon used, which means we almost at completion of our model, of completing. Alright, remove some plastic from blade. Yeah, I think I'll manage in 1 hour, perhaps easily. I didn't know actually about the video though, but I hope that somebody someday will tell me the truth. Let's add another polycap here, that, and where's the waist? We go in the right direction, do we? Yes, we do. Like that. I like that. A little bit tight on the spot, but here we go. Good. People of Gumpa community. We have finished waist. Quite easy and simple, huh? Kept you waiting, huh? Not really. And we'll clean hand guard. Nicely and simple. And we proceed to our backpack. I wasn't planning to do a video very long, about an hour, and I still have 20 minutes. I probably will be using more, but who knows. Okay, so we going for a backpack, which is actually is quite a unique one. One look. Oh, we can release this plate as well from its duty. Complete one of the hands, which arm guard I just removed from the previous plate, claw plate. No, it's not correct name. Empty. There's nothing left. Empty. Just like my heart. Dark and empty. I wonder if I will use this one. Probably. Maybe. As I mentioned before, everything goes in the practice, so yeah, lazy piece of shit. Just go for it and Do as best as you can at every possible point. If you can't, just don't do it. Leave it somewhere. Give it to someone else who probably don't have a chance to build anything. I'm just looking for a chance to build. How does it work? Am I missing something? Because I see here a part for a joint. Well, we'll figure it out later. It was unintentional build and we proceed for a backpack. We still have some time left. And backpack includes a plate. The first part from A plate, A, is that how it's pronounced? Is a part for backpack. It's a new mold for Krieger. So everything on it is new, brand new. Now this one we have A8. A little bit oversimplified in my opinion. Is that good? Most likely yes. Here we go. Nothing difficult so far here. Just removing some noops. Just like that. Another one. Here we go. There's nothing left. Pretty much most simplified part of the wall model, which won't be visible at 90%, 98 maybe even. Alright, so we are finally attaching these parts. No, that's the correct direction. Here we go. Clapping sound, very nice. Alright, so we have an option here because the manual shows there should be 2 stickers here and here. Since those stickers goes very well in the groove, I don't see a point of painting there with the green. I could have, but those stickers aren't bad because they have their curves completely isolated from any surface and any scratching. So in this case, only in this case, I will use stickers. In any other case, I will never use them because Bandai stickers are quite ugly and abominable ones. It's nice. Just need to use some cotton sticks. Here we go. Nicely precut, nicely fitting, but we need to push them a little bit stronger. Shine, please do shine. Here we go, like that. You see? There is no problem at all. You won't peel over them easily in any way possible. Okay, so I wasn't using a mono-eye sticker because I will painting this one. Because mono-eye stickers are easily to peel off on its own, as I remember from practice. Alright, we'll be proceeding further. We have more parts to remove and attach. We have A3 and we need A5 as well. Excuse me. We have that and we're removing some knobs as well. Ouch! I cut myself a little. No, nothing to worry about. Here we have an ugly one. Have to remove it. Ay, 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 ay. This one annoying one, huh? Oh, it's fine. It's fine, I'm telling you. Where's that little one? Ah, here it is. Some little attachment part from a backpack. No idea which one, which one. I haven't noticed this before, but focus probably not the best one. Trying to use my desk lamp, but No, 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 you're not going anywhere. Anywhere. Unless I say so. Unless I say so. We are doing precise surgery on this one, guys. It's serious. Okay. Okay, I see. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is, and we are attaching it to backpack. Not like that, probably. Come on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Nice and tight. Nice and tight, mates. Nice and tight. We proceeding further. We need a 11 part, which is where it is. Here we go. It is a violet colored part. Moody violet. Not violent. Violence. We are against the violence. Violence do not solve the problem, but we are building a military type model kits. Haha. Jokes on you all. Jokes on you. We have another one here. Am I tired? I'm definitely am. But not so bad. No, it's fine, it's fine. Alright, so it says place it here, and I don't see here we go. Just press properly and I snapped something again. Well, that's the problem with big hands. You can't feel small parts. Okay. Do I? Here we go. Everything's fine. Whew. So far so good. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Super impressed. We have 2 thrusters to attach into the backpack. And I'm glad, oh boy, how I'm glad those are separated from whole backpack. Back in the day, on older high grades, it would be just molded on 4-in-1 parts. 4-in-1, I'm telling you. 4-in-1. Which would be necessary later to repaint it. Which would be taking a lot of time. It's nothing bad in that. It's not like it's unpleasant activity. Not at all. Quite contrary. Okay, it shows me which side, which is one closest to the top of the part. Alright, top of the part. This. Here we go. We have one of the 2 thrusters into the backpack. Alright, we followed the same instruction like before and adding this one like that. Simple but yet beautiful. Not what I say about this backpack. Wait! We haven't finished yet. Just need to switch to another page and I see some problems already. Those fuel tanks probably, yeah, are the simliners, real simliners, which will have completion of 2 parts and will have those simlines running all over them. And I will probably attempt to remove it. To remove simlines from fuel tanks. That's a fuel tanks. Fuel tanks, right? Right? What am I asking for? You dumbass. Will I attempt to inhale glue in there? Not directly. No, of course not. We first need to remove noobs and then check it how bad simline will be on these fuel tanks. Let's see actually how good quality control on a premium items. Shall we? In just a moment. So we have this one, and this one shows something. Hollow part must be outside. I'll take this one probably. Yeah, like that. Now I take that. And wait a minute, don't slap it. Yeah, as I said before, there will be a simline visible. So what do we want to do now? Live with it or remove it? And we will be removing this. In this case, we need some extra thin. Some markers. This one. We'll take them. I think it is called an extra thin. Whatever it's called. I don't know. It's a glue. It's a glue. Guys, it's a glue. I will be inhaling it indirectly, as I mentioned before. We are adding some glue here. Like that. Just in case, add second one there. Then we turn it over. And sandwiched some excess. Sorry. Already poured off, and we will successfully remove later. And we proceed meanwhile for another one thruster. Which one goes in the same step of this one? Good. Out this one from a tree. I'll probably will stop recording this in 5 minutes because I don't want to rush anything right now. Don't want to be making some mistakes in a hurry. Harry Potter? Nah, not that way. And we'll finalize my build and I presume the last one. Maybe not, I'm not sure about it. So we're taking out this one. Okay. Not so fast, nups. Yeah, of course you can remove later when you click. Nah, it's not how it works. Nah. Ah, that's a mistake. I cut too much. And some edges went uneven. Oh, curses. That's what happens when you look at the clock. And oh my god, 4 minutes left. Nah. I'll proceed a little bit further. Last sentence. Ah, here we need this part. This part and hollow part goes inside this time. Like that. Actually, we can glue right now everything. Like we go over the edge. We'll smack some glue here. We'll take some glue over here. And we attach this part here. Ooh, my fingers were caught in the glue. I don't think so. There's a lot of glue inside. Which means we add a thin layer of the glue over the glue from a top, like that, and we squish it. Yeah, some excess show up. We add more here and smash it again. Yeah, that's right. Well, let's leave the parts there and we'll finish the parts for thruster. I won't be able to finish a javelin in this video. This javelin is one of the main weapons of Gyan Krieger, and which ones are really cool looking weapons, melee weapons. And we finish a thruster's tips. A4. I need 2 parts. A4, sorry. English knowledge is not so vast as I thought. Finding myself every day over the barriers I built. Are we having these tips for our fuel tank? Oh no, battery is almost to go off. That's fine. So I have some extra time left. Just in case something like that happens. Our battery can go fuck herself. It's a battery after all. Just like that. And that's not enough in my book. I need to remove all markings of the knob. How it goes? Very well. And here? Yeah, it's nice. Let's go for step 2. Yeah, something like that. And here? Yeah. So, in the case we won't lost any part, I will just attach this one here. Ah, wrong side. Here we go. Color separated parts on the fuel tanks. Looks nice. Looks a proper thing to do here. Good luck. And I soon finalize this live stream. And add some annotations. Wait, did I miss one up? On the side one? Probably yes. I will be back soon to this step one. Howard, we hit a milestone. Howard, good. I'm glad I'm managing the and I'm still haven't completed my model because I don't want to rush anything. It's a rare model and I very cherish it because it's a Gyan Krieger, that's why. Awesome looking Gyan, not a regular one. I do not say the regular one is not awesome looking one, but comparing to a Krieger, it's a joke. Alright, so snap it here. And we have some knob left, probably. Here we go. That's not excusable at all. Step 2. And for our satisfaction, for now, step 3. Smooth and nice, smooth and nice. And we'll do finalize this video for now, because I'm not planning to go over the hour and more 20 minutes. So, what have we done? What have we achieved today is we completed a lower body. That's his achievement. As I shown before in my video, the waist tune is very interesting because it has its own movement mechanics, which I haven't seen before in the hybrids. Like that, it can bend forward, very nice. Has a nice crunch. Everything else except the rare skirt armor is simple, because this one has an inner frame. Why there isn't any frames, I don't know. I don't really care. We have a cool looking attractive backpack, which I'm noticing right now. Oh boy, something. The seam lines are, oh my god, I left a noob marks everywhere on the backpack. Here and there are quite visible. From the top it's fine because it has its shape lines, it's fine. And sides, I will think about removing those probably. Yeah, I probably will. And in other terms, backpack looks okay. Then we finished 2 fuel tanks, which will be sanded from the side because there's 2 are sandwiched between parts, which need some attention. And today we have finished another leg. The leg stuff is very cool in design and architecture because it has a double jointed knee. It has some movement here, and feet can bend a little bit forward like that. And of course, as I mentioned before, the front seam line is almost invisible. It's covered by front armor on the knee, and rear seam line on the lower part as well. I don't know how, but I managed to do that. It's almost invisible. So basically what we have, we've built today to this evening a leg, waist, partially built a backpack. We built one hand, fuel tanks for a backpack, and that much for today. We have a nice looking model coming up. So to add everything to finalize this event, I'd like to thank everyone who enjoyed it, at least at some extent. Okay, so see you next time when we try to finish and finalize build before we review our wall model. Alright, so how I turn it off like that, probably, yes.